I'm Josh, and we're the incoming.
And we made a song intro for this video, but we realized that it was kind of insensitive to the topic, so we took it out.
Welcome back to our channel. I love I wasn't even looking at you.
So today we are going to be telling you guys the reason why
We can no longer listen to Ed Sheeran's Thinking Out Loud. Ever again. Ever. Like, ever again. Now we're wearing different clothes. For like the last year that we lived in Massachusetts, our cousin lived with us. So our cousin invited us to this party, and she was like,
hey, this is a party for one of your relatives. You guys want to come? And
we were like,
sure.
why did we even say yes?
I think it was just because we thought it was going to be a fun party.
Yeah.
We thought it was going to be like, well, first of all, food.
Yeah, okay, I'm
Second of all, music.
Yeah, true.
Third of all, like party. We were like, oh, cool, party.
True.
And then you were like, cake. And I was like, yeah, okay.
Which ended up being a huge letdown, but
anyway.
So we got there, and it was like, you know those places that are like really dark, like absurdly dark? Like it's like you go in and like it's nighttime, the sunset, so we kind of need lights to be. Lights were invented for a reason, so we could see things and not run into people. It was so dark.
It was so
and
dark.
it looked like it was directly taken out of like a 70s movie. Like some like people were gonna start coming out of the bathroom with like their afros and like their ugly outfits, like, you know, with like the striped shirts and like the high-waisted pants. Before anything happened, we were waiting there for like 2 hours for like anything to happen. Literally, like I think when we got there, how many people were there? Like,
There was like 3.
there was no one there when we first got there. So we were sitting there at a table with our cousin watching Superfruit, or trying to, because both of our data had run out. So we were sitting there like, whoa.
We were sat there for a long time.
We were trying to watch Superfruit for an hour. And then as people started coming in, we started slowly realizing that this was an old person party. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about.
An old person party. But like, it wasn't like an old white person party.
Yeah, it was
like
an
an
old
black person party. Yeah, like,
which honestly is like I'm down for that. The live band came out and they were cool. They played a lot of like old music, like "She's a Brick,"
house,
which I got that. And then eventually the band went off, and then the DJ came up and started actually playing songs that mattered.
It was last year, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it was last year. So they were playing songs. He was playing songs that were like relevant to that year. Like,
No, he's playing songs that were relevant to like
2014. Oh, okay. So the DJ was playing songs, and then he started playing just like, you know, party music, like Cha-Cha Slide and like Electric Slide, all those like songs that people get up and dance. Yeah, the wobble. All the songs that people get up and dance to on the dance floor. And my cousin was like, go, you guys should dance, because me and Josh were like, wobble, like in our seats. And she's like, you should guys go up and dance. And we're like, no. And yeah, and so then everyone was getting turned or whatever. And then all of a sudden there was kind of this like commotion. And the DJ was like,
still steady going. We were like,
and everyone was like, all of a sudden people were like, oh my goodness, like there started being this weird like hush over the crowd. Not a hush, but like a weird like,
yeah, like stuff started going.
People started talking and stuff, and someone was like, hey, turn off the music. Like, he wasn't like frantic about it at first, and so the DJ was like,
oh, what? Turn off the music? Okay.
So he turned
the music.
Yeah, so he turned it off. No one knew what was happening, and everyone was like, oh my goodness, no one knew. So the DJ was like,
it was like silent.
What?
Yeah, he was silent for like 3 minutes, and then he started it up again.
It was on for maybe like 3 minutes, and then someone was like, turn the music off. And he was like, okay, is there a doctor in the house?
Yeah.
Is there a doctor in the house? Someone fainted or something. Like,
why would he say that and then turn the music back on? What is happening?
So he was like saying that, and then he put the mic down. All of a sudden, it was like,
why? What's wrong with you?
Started to play the music again.
What's wrong?
And I was like, and then the third time, a bunch of people were like, turn the music off. He was like, and he had said that announcement twice.
Yeah.
He had said like, oh, is there a doctor in the house? Blah 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 blah, whatever. And I guess no one knew like the seriousness of the situation, so he just kept playing the music, and we were like, what's going
happening?
on?
And since, again, me being completely oblivious, I was like, I have no semblance of an idea what's happening.
Yeah.
I'm just hungry.
Yeah, same. Our cousin was like, oh, somebody like is over there on the floor or something, and so we were like, oh, let's go look. So we went over there and looked, and he was on the floor, and someone was doing CPR, and everyone was like crowded around, and no one knew who this guy was.
No one. And then they're like, who knows him? Who knows him? And then finally, after like 20 minutes of calling out, who knows him?
Some guy came up and was like, oh, that's so-and-so. He has diabetes. And we're like,
Where were you 20 minutes ago?
Exactly. And then they called the ambulance or whatever, and they came in and they took over the place of the CPR person. They were like doing CPR. And then they did the defibrillator, which I've never seen in real life.
Like you see it in movies and like.
And it was real. It was right there in front of us, and we like saw his body like go
jump
up
up,
and
and it was horrifying.
Yeah, it was actually terrifying.
It was so scary.
They were doing the defibrillator. They did it a couple of times, and then they stopped, and they were like, "Okay, we're gonna bring him out." So they put him on a stretcher, and they brought him out to the ambulance. The ambulance was in front of the hall or wherever we were.
It was there for
a good like 20 minutes, half an hour, and no one knew what happened. Somebody went outside and was talking to them or whatever. The guy that knew him went outside, and then the ambulance left, and everyone was still like, "Oh my goodness, like what's going on?" Blah blah blah. And then someone came in and I think she was either going around to all the tables or just like telling people that the guy had actually died like there on the floor, and they didn't want to like say it because it was a party. We were like, what just happened? Like, we were so mortified, and we were like, actually, can we go home now? Right after it happened, like there was like a little bit of like weird period where like
everyone was like
it was weird. One of the people whose birthday it was, one of the guys, the older guys,
who was related to us apparently, but we had never met before and we're never going to meet again.
True.
It was really weird.
Yeah, so he came up and was like, "All right, guys, let's just have a moment of silence." And then after the moment of silence, he was like, "All right, DJ,
keep it playing.
Go ahead, let's play some music now."
And then, please tell me why.
Please tell me why.
He was like,
wait.
He took keep playing the music as, oh, play Ed Sheeran's Thinking Out Loud. So as soon as someone had just been wheeled into an ambulance,
he stood up there and went,
"When your legs don't work like they used to before."
And we were like, what the hell?
Yo!
Like,
okay, why? Don't ever want this, okay, I never wanted this song to be associated with this now, and now it is, so now
I just, like, what was running through his brain? Like,
obviously,
at that point.
there was something wrong, because he did start playing the music.
Maybe he was, like, trying to be, like, respectful and be like, oh, let me just play, like, a slow song, kind of, like, ease everybody
That's
in.
not the right slow song to play.
But there are tons of slow songs you could play. Not that one. You played all this black music all night, and the one white song you play.
I can't. I still can't. Like, still to this day, I'm like
what?
Why?
And so, we were in a room full of people that were over 40, so they had no idea what the song was. Me, Josh, and this other girl at our table,
we're like, why are you playing this song?
Why are you playing this? What is going on? What's happening? And he just continued to play the whole entire song, and me and Josh and the other girl were just sitting there like,
I think you must be on drugs.
Yeah, like.
And now I can't listen to that song anymore.
Now we can't listen to the song anymore because it just reminds us of that thing that happened, and it's
the time we were in a room with a dead body.
Yeah, But then after the party, there was cake. I mean, after that,
and that was a disappointment.
There was cake.
The cake was so nasty. I'm sorry. The cake was so nasty. Like, that, Laura, that's what I'm gonna point out at every event. The cake at Ashley's wedding was so nasty. I'm sorry, Ashley. If you're watching this, Ashley, I love you so much, girl, but that cake was not good. And I was really sad. It made me really sad. It made me so sad. I was like, oh no. It entered my mouth and I was just like, no, please. No, because that's what I was looking forward to the entire time, other than the wedding. I was like, oh, cake. At least I can look forward to this, even though I'm single as frick.
After that happened, like, people were like turned all like it was turned before, afterwards. But they turned all the way up afterwards. It was
like, I was scared. I was like, okay, calm down.
Yeah, it was. They were like doing all these kind of. It was everybody. Before that happened, I don't think.
No.
Well, there wasn't that many people on the dance floor, but after that, everybody was on the dance floor.
Every single person.
Maybe they were just trying to like honor his life or something, and because he collapsed while he was on the. Well, he walked off the dance floor and then collapsed. So maybe they were like trying to be like, let's dance for him or something like that. I don't know, because everybody was turned up after that.
It was really weird. Like, if you had come in afterwards, you would have never known that someone died literally less than an hour beforehand.
Yeah, true.
Anyway, so yeah, that was that.
Don't think that we're making light of the situation.
Yeah, no, it was
like,
terrible.
Now we like
look back on it and not be like
be weirded out, because we were like it was, I can't even explain.
Yeah, I was like
the feeling.
I want to go home now.
Yeah, it was not a good feeling. Our parents were like, "Are you okay? Like, are you good? Like, what?" Like, they were so scared for us because we were like,
yeah, no, I was like 100%.
So now, I mean, if we like laugh and joke, we're not disrespecting.
That's literally what we do when we're uncomfortable.
Yeah, exactly. So we're not making light of any of the situation or anything like that. That's just how we kind of cope with what happened. Now, we weren't laughing when it happened at all. Like, we weren't. It was a mess. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give this video an average size thumbs up and subscribe. We make new videos every Tuesday and Friday.
Make sure to comment because it gives us joy and happiness. And we hope you guys can still listen. Well, you know.
Hopefully we haven't ruined the song.
I was gonna say, I don't know what anybody could have gained from watching this video.
Knowing why we're a mess.
Yeah.
The little snippet of why we have so many psychological problems. And 5, 6, 7, 8. Everything's okay when you dance on the runway. Sassy. Cutting my mind off. Feel like my heart is going to burst. Alone at a table virgin.
Calm down, sir.
It's really necessary.
Calm down, sir.
Calm down. Give it the rundown.
I'm gonna need you to give these other dudes
the rundown.
We make that legendary.
We make that scary.
I'm sending fireworks. I'm on my
Katy Perry.
You knew it. I don't need a dozen roses. You don't got a wine and diamond. No, you ain't got. I don't need a pretty poem.
I forgot how that song goes.
Ooh, getting all emotional. You gotta beg for it. Beg for it. Wanna see you looking now.
What the heck?
What is happening? Side note, the apocalypse. Ah!